Let's get it. Praise the Most High. It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. Nice and mild. Nice and mild.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto West Moorhead Street.
I just finished a job. That's why I'm all wet and sweaty. And pardon me, I don't mean to come up here recording like that, but gotta get this word out of me. Yes, indeed, it was a hot box. Oh boy. Hot box. My goodness. And I'm already somewhat warm nature.
Take the next left onto West Moorhead Street.
The room I was in had no circulation. Oh boy, that's a bad way to be. First job of the day.
In 400 feet, turn left onto Bryan Street. Take the next left onto Bryan Street.
But it gets the blood up. The blood going.
In 1,000 feet, use the right lane to take the I-77 South, US 21 South ramp to Rock Hill. Use the right lane to take the I-77 South ramp, then keep right to continue on exit 9A.
This thing need to make up its mind where it wants to go. But I just saw something. I hope everyone is well, by the way. I apologize. Family, I just saw something in the text.
Keep right to continue on exit 9A.
That I never saw before.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto West Boulevard.
Pardon me, most helpful. Look at it. See, that's why I like
Turn
reading
left onto West Boulevard, then turn left onto the I-77 North ramp.
different versions of the text because it'll teach you something. If you apply.
Turn left onto the I-77 North ramp.
And the name of this idea is the Goshen Mentality. The Goshen Mentality. But the scripts is 2 Chronicles 7 and 14.
In 800 feet, merge onto I-77 North, US 21 North.
And it says, then if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins
Continue on I-77 North for 4 miles.
and restore their land. Oh boy. I've never seen that restore their lands or their land like that in that text. And I think that's so powerful. Because you can read it as to say he will restore us back to our land. But first we gotta do some humbling ourselves and praying and seek the Most High's face. Now something else I learned about that script, as far as seeking the Most High's face, what that really means is his desire. Where is his face towards? Where is he going? See, a lot of times our face are pointed the exact opposite than where the Most High's face is pointed. See, if he's leading and we're following him, then we ought to be going where he's going, right? Our faith should be facing the same direction as his, right? That's what I would think. However, I'm learning that's not always the case, because we still have a Goshen mentality. Now you might be asking, Rob, what is the Goshen mentality? Well, them pardon me, what our forefathers and ancestors had. They had that mentality. They told Moses, we remember the fish, the free fish, the leeks, the onions, the melons. So they was willing to sell out the Most High for a free fish dinner, which they thought was free, for a fish dinner and some watermelon. That's our people. That is our people. You can't tell me that ain't us. For sure, for sure. But it's that mentality we have here in the land of our captivity today. And some will beg this differ that we're not in our land of captivity. So I would say, okay, we're in charge. Do not the same people have control of it that had control of it when they enslaved us? Don't they still hold the purse, what do they call it, the purse ring, or don't they still hold the purse, the money, the loot, the banks? Don't they control all the media? They control everything. But we're still caught up on a few people, a few of our folks that seemingly have made it. Like I wrote in my notes, we're still trying to follow the Joneses and the Smiths, who were just
in half a mile, keep left to continue on I-77 North.
With just a split second, as long as it takes to smack a person, you lose everything. Oh boy, what a sad
Keep
thought.
left to continue on I-77 North.
See, that's just how quick they'll snatch it away from you. Just as quick as they lend it to you to be a show for them, they'll snatch it away from you. And of course, you know, we're talking about the Smiths. But praise the Most High, we're not going to have that mentality today to where we want to make it in the land of our captivity. We want to make it here in Goshen. And yes, Egypt is the new, America is the new Egypt, by the way. It is Babylon, for those that don't know. And we tend to want to follow the examples that America's leaders have given us. Folks that act a fool on the drop of a dime, and we're supposed to follow suit. Matter of fact, they set them up for the downfall, so they can say that y'all don't never do nothing right, or y'all get a little something and throw it away, act the fool. And I say, praise the Most High. We don't need nobody's mess. We just need the Most High's best. Fine driving, buddy. That joker just cut me off like ain't nobody business. He over there in the fast lane. Because somebody bearing down on him, he can hurry up and slide in my lane. Praise the Most High. We ain't paying none of these jokers no attention. Yes, indeed. The Goshen mentality. And we could say versus the promised land mentality. See, when the Most High gave me that idea, I started thinking, what were the parallels to the people's thinking, which mind you died off? Oh boy. They died off with that Goshen mentality. They died off with fish and watermelon and onions on their mind. What a sad thought. But the next generation had to take hold of the promise. See, Joshua had to take hold of them and school them himself, him and Caleb. The only two surviving folks from the ones that came out of Egypt. But I want to be like Joshua and Caleb. Say, let's go and take the land now.
In 2 miles, take exit 19A toward Matthews.
I want to be like the script says. Part of the people and turn from our wicked ways so we can be Kodesh, humble ourselves, and pray and seek the Most High's will for our lives. So I want to be a part of that people. And I know I am. So I say, praise the Most High. I don't want to have the Goshen mentality. See, I think a lot of the people started feeling comfortable in Goshen because when they was there, the Most High was showing out on the Egyptians and it wasn't affecting them in Goshen until the final plague, when the Most High killed off the firstborn. See, something else a lot of us don't ponder over is something I heard the teachers say.
In half a mile, take exit 19A toward Matthews.
He said, you do know that a lot of the Israelites were left in Egypt, in Goshen, because they didn't want to follow Moses. They didn't want to go. And some of them, as we see in the text, were haphazardly went, not wholeheartedly. Praise the Most High. See, I figured out something here.
Mile, keep left, follow signs for I-485 North, Matthews.
About myself in this season. I said I figured something about myself here in this season is I've never done anything halfway. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it all the way. And see, that's where I want to be with the Most High. 100.
Left.
100. Goshen mentality. Yeah, them Negroes. Oh boy. Them Negroes talking about, we remember them watermelons and them onions. I think they said the ash.
2 miles, take exit 26 toward Benfield Road, Prosperity Church Road.
I guess ash is a fish. We remember the free fish dinners. We can eat all the fish we want. All the onions and watermelons and leeks that we wanted. Out here we get food, but it ain't seasoned. We don't have them good onions. We don't have them good onions. Nor them good watermelons on the side. And it said melons. I don't know what kind of melon it was. It probably wasn't watermelon. But it probably was. You never know. I just spoke for them because they say we love watermelon so much. And that's probably where they come from. Just like the byword nigger. They'll tease us in the text for what they inserted in there, just like the word Christian. That was first given as a byword.
In half a mile, take exit 26 toward Benfield Road, Prosperity Church Road.
To say as if they were them followers of Christ, them Christians. It wasn't a good thing, mind you. That's what I'm saying. But see, we're not really following after the heart of the Most High and studying the
Take
text,
exit 26.
the original manuscripts, and what the Most High is really saying. We'll let them people tell us what our own book is saying.
In 1,000 feet, at the traffic circle, take the first exit onto Benfield Road.
I say praise the Most High for leading and guiding us into all truth, giving us good teachers and good preachers. But rightly divide the word of truth. But it's all about mentality.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Darman Road.
It's all about our mentality. My goodness, I ain't want to cut on no air.
Turn right onto Darman Road.
And I guess the question today would be, where is your mentality? Are you holding on to America
In a
as
quarter
if
mile, turn left onto Hampton Place Drive.
it's your promised land? Or are you really seeking the Most High's face? Where is his face pointing?
Take the next left onto Hampton Place Drive. Continue on Hampton Place Drive for half a mile.
I was feeling like the air conditioner. Praise the Most High. And that's what we're talking about today, is our focus. Because we can let the founding fathers of the church, oh boy, the same organizations that enslaved us and gave us the slave Bible, try to teach us the Most High's word. Try to tell us what his word says. And if we're not careful, that's what's going to happen. We're going to let them. Instead of letting the Most High's Ruach HaKodesh lead us into all truth.
In 600 feet, turn left onto Shadow Pine Drive.
See, what I've learned is we got to be very careful who we let teach us, who we let preach to us.
Turn left onto Shadow Pine Drive.
Just as I heard a teacher say, we don't blame the one preacher, we blame the whole organization.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Lockman Lane.
And I say that's the way to look at it. But still, those folks are part of the organization. So you got to keep them grouped in too. I've learned how to not call out folks' names.
Take the next right onto Lockman Lane, then you'll arrive at your destination.
super early. I'm just trying to see if I see some cars here.
You've arrived.
Pardon me. And I do.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Hampton Place Drive.
I'll come back in a bit. We have like 45 minutes. Well, really an hour. I don't like showing up at folks' house too early. I was trying to get out of that first job quick. One was hot up in there.
Take the next right onto Hampton Place Drive.
I said, ma'am, is there any way I can crack this window, open this window? She said, sure, no problem. And that didn't make it a whole lot of
Continue on Hampton Place Drive for half a mile.
cooler. That didn't make it a whole lot of cooler. But I appreciate her efforts in saying I could. Praise the Most High. And we gotta be very careful who we allow to teach us, especially after we come into the truth of who our people really are. Because once you start understanding who you are, it'll change your mentality of everything you've ever learned and who's taught you. And then you'll start thinking like me, what was their purpose? Or what was their motives behind teaching me what they taught me? Because the way I see it is, and I know the Morey said that we shouldn't blame the individual teachers. And it's hard to, because I was in the same boat that they were in.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Darman Road.
Until I got that knowledge. Now, once you get the knowledge, you have no excuse. And right now, you can't really be a preacher or a teacher and not know the true knowledge. Too many people are saying it.
Take the next right onto Darman Road.
Too many people are saying that the Afro-American that have been scattered throughout the entire earth are the Most High's chosen
In a quarter
people.
mile, turn left onto Benfield Road.
Are the Most High's chosen people. And if they're still teaching that them folks are still in the land that's trying to hurry up and get up out of there, there ain't no judgment that's coming on that land. They're trying to get back to where Russia is trying to keep them out of it. Russia done kicked them out of that land before.
Turn left onto Benfield Road.
And they don't want them back in the land because they create havoc everywhere they go. But it's high time that we embrace the truth and not push it away or run from it.
In 1,000 feet, at the traffic circle, continue straight to stay on Benfield Road.
Pardon me.
In 800 feet, turn left onto Prosperity Church Road.
See, a lot of us run from the truth because it don't line up with our doctrine. And we had spoke that before. We don't want the truth because it don't line up with what we was taught. But once we realize that those folks that have taught us have been lying to us, and I'm trying to keep it different. The organizations have been lying to us.
Head south toward Johnston-Oler Road.
Let's look over our notes. Oh, what an absolutely gorgeous day. I hope this wind over there too loud for y'all. And I wrote in my notes, many of us don't want the promised land because we are stuck in the Goshen mentality. We like the onions, leeks, and fish of Egypt, but forget we are still slaves and niggers in most folks' eyes. Numbers 11 and 5, that's the script we was talking about, is what they told Moses. We remember the fish which we ate in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons, and the leeks, and the onions, and the garlic. And I wrote, we are sold for a fish dinner and watermelon. We have been like a hamster in the wheel, running in circles, chasing air and grasping at straws, hoping to be like the Joneses or Smiths of late, only to have their efforts snatched away just as fast as the now famous slap. What is the ultimate cost? And this is where we turn the road or turn the page and really ask the question, what is the cost? And it's the next generation jumping on the same hamster's wheel. Oh boy, how sad. However, it has to become a generation that's led by true leaders who would say, as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Most High. And of course, I'm speaking of Joshua again and Caleb, because those two fellas took a stand and said, no, let's go take the land. We're not going to stand here and have seen all that the Most High has done for us coming out of Egypt and in the wilderness, and now to take that same mentality into the promised land. No. And see, the Most High wasn't having it. He was like, you're not going to be able to go, because I'm not going to let you do it. My shirt dried off a bit. Hallelujah. And see, this is the same with us today. The text says, in 2 Chronicles 7 and 14, then if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and restore their land. See, it says if. Basically, you could say it's saying if and when. Oh, it's going to happen. But it's up to us to be the generation that says no more. It's up to us to be the generation that says I'm gonna follow the Most High's plan and will and desire for my life and His people. And see, this comes with doing exactly what Joshua did. See, whether you know it or not, Joshua made himself available to the Most High. Yes, he did. Completely. The text says when Moses left the tent of meeting, Joshua hung around. So you know that means Joshua stuck around to be taught of the Most High, face to face. Hallelujah. He was preparing him all the way back then for when he was going to have to lead the people. Just as Moses was taught those years when he was out there with his father-in-law herding sheep, the Most High taught Joshua. That's a good idea, Pop. Thank you. Just as Moses watched his father-in-law handle the sheep, Joshua watched Moses shepherd the people. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What an idea. And see, we all need these great examples of men who are following the Most High's lead. We have to sit under him, be patient with ourselves as well as the Most High as we sit at his feet. Yes, he gives us the example of great men and women of the word, of the text, the people of the way. And it's up to us to follow. And see, just as Moses and Joshua saw new things and heard new things that they weren't used to, so will we when we continue to follow the Most High. We're always going to see and hear new things. For one, because we don't know it all. And for two, he does. And he needs for us to humble ourselves and say, okay, Pop, I don't know it all, like we had an idea before. I'm not a know-it-all. I don't know it all. And even though this is totally against what I was taught, I trust you. I trust your teaching. I trust your leading, your guiding, your Ruach HaKodesh, who leads me into all truth. And see, a lot of times we will choose, as we said before, the men of this world, the leaders of this world, instead of the Most High leading us and him guiding us into all truth. And the leaders and teachers that he gives us. See, we would rather listen to a president, a governor, a leader in this nation, in this world's government. We would rather listen to them and the people of the church, who are part of the same organization as we spoke on before, who gave us the slave Bible. And why would they give us the slave Bible? To keep us from knowing the truth of who they were. To keep us enslaved with a Goshen mentality. And now they had that fried chicken. Oh boy. Now they had the fried chicken sandwich. Who had that chicken sandwich? Popeyes? And folks was fighting over. And watermelon. Oh, I'm looking at the smoke shop in the back of in my rear view. I done seen like 5 brothers go up there and come out. they selling in there? I don't think it's just cigarettes and blunts. You know, once you sing things, you recognize it. And see, that's exactly what we're talking about now. Once we sing the okie doke, we recognize it. And it's so aggravating when your friends and family can't see the okie doke and still try to teach you the okie doke. Oh boy. But when you try to present them the truth of the okie doke, they say, I'd rather believe the lie. I'd rather trust the folks I've been trusting all these years, Massa and his overseers. Oh boy, his officers. The Most High is so gracious. I thank him for being the Most High judgment, the justice. See, what's so hard for me in this awakening of our people to give us explanation of who we are is, do you really think the Most High is that kind of mean that he wouldn't judge people that have treated our people like they have treated us over the last 400 years? Do you really think the Most High is that harsh, that he hates the black man that much? But if you let our enemies tell us, yeah, they'll say you cursed. And we have been, but they're cursed even worse because they carried out our curse. They carried out our punishment. For being disobedient. But y'all stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.